right. Hi, designers. Happy New Year. We are talking about goal setting today. So thanks for joining the live. I thought it would be a really great way to just start out 2021. This is how I start out my year personally, with all my clients, with my business partners, with my employees. So it's a really great time to set out your intentions and your goals for 2021. So I'm going to add in the comments a link, if I know how. Nope. Hold on one second. It's not letting me add a comment. Here we go. This down at the bottom is going to be not the comment. We have a strategy session link for your free strategy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in my profile. If you guys are interested in scheduling a free strategy after today's call, you'll have access to do that too. It gives you a automatic link to set up a time on my schedule. And that'll be there for you. So today we're talking about goal setting. And I have just like a quick little business plan. I have it right here in front of me, so if I'm looking away, that's what I'm looking at, that I do every year. And I've done this since 2012, so I can look back. It's pretty cool. I can look back to years past to see how far I've come, to see everything that I've accomplished. It's a way to, it's not supposed to be a way to punish yourself about the things that you haven't done, but to look at the things that you have done and to see how far that you've come. So the first section that you'll want to look at is guidelines. So these aren't necessarily goals per se, but it's how you need to, I say, take care of yourself so you can take care of your business. For me, it's doing things like, sometimes I have to step away and go to the gym and come back, and I can make decisions easier. I pick 5 guidelines to follow for every year. And usually they're the same. Am I eating healthy? Am I waking up in time to have like a quiet morning? Am I shutting off work on Sundays? Things like that. So first, put together your guidelines. What do you have to do to show up as the best business owner possible? Take care of yourself so you can take care of your business, your family, other people. So what do those things look like for you? So put those first. And I will always go back to these, like if I'm having a really hard time making a decision, things is, like everything seems to be like going against the grain, I'll go back to the guidelines and say, well, I'm staying up late, I'm not getting enough sleep, I haven't been to the gym, and I'm not cooking for myself. I'm ordering out and eating crap. And usually if I'm like that, I'm not a really great boss or business owner. It's harder for me to function during the day. So I'll take a step back, do some of those things, and then come back and be stronger, be a better business owner. So the first is those guidelines. You want to be quiet, sit, be inspired when you do this. It shouldn't be something that's rushed or something that you're doing as like a punishment or you have to. Like, it should be fun. This whole process of goal setting should be exciting for you. So make sure you're in a space that you feel good about what you're doing and you feel present. So after guidelines, we have the financials. So again, 5 financial goals is a good place to start. And for a startup, that could be something like get a business checking account, separate out my finances, set up QuickBooks. If you're more established, it could be make sales of $50,000 for spring 2021. But they should be tangible, like something that you can cross off. You shouldn't just put money in savings, because at the end of the year, did you put $1 in savings? That would count. How much specifically? Make them as specific as possible, so at the end of the year you can cross it off confidently. So financials is the second category of the goal setting. The next is marketing. What are your marketing goals? And again, for a startup, that could be something like get an Instagram page, set up my website. If you're more established, that could be hire someone to do your SEOs, pull in a digital marketing company, have X amount of followers on Instagram by the end of the year. So marketing goals is the second category. And you want all of these to be a little bit of a stretch, just a little bit more than what you feel comfortable. Like if you put all these goals down and you automatically can just nail all of them and it wasn't a challenge, then you want to make it a little bit scary, a little bit out of reach, so that you're setting your bar higher. Because you'll be surprised with what you'll get done and what you can accomplish, and you don't want to sell yourself short. So marketing is the second category. The next category that I have on my list is systems. What systems do you want to have in place for 2021 to make your business run easier? Systems can be your Shopify. It can be your QuickBooks. It can be where you're doing your fulfillment. Anything that is going to help you run your business smoother. So what are your goals for systems? The next one is practices, which is similar to guidelines. And for those of you just joining, I'm going to review everyone at the end, all of these at the end, so you can take notes. And then this will also be available on my Instagram TV to view later on V.Mora. So for practices, this is how you want to practice running your company. For example, on Mondays, I do a team meeting every Monday. I do a V.Mora bonding, which you guys may have seen if you follow us on Instagram. We'll do something wacky once a month. I try not to work on Sundays. I try to not hold meetings on Fridays, because that gives me time to wrap up my week. So there's different practices. What practices do you want to have in your business as a designer? Are you going to have a specific space that you work? Are you going to work within a schedule? What does that look like? So what are the practices that you want to have for 2021? I can't believe it's 2021 already. 2020 went by really quickly, but I think we're all happy to be in a new year. So what are your practices that you want to have for 2021? And the next is team. So put together your goals for your team. It doesn't necessarily have to be employees. It can be people you trust that you're going to run finances by. It could be a business coach. It could be your social media marketing team. It could be your niece who just wants to help be a fashion designer. So who are you going to go to for advice for what items? Is it going to be, are you going to pay a consultant? Are you going to pull on a full-time assistant? Or are you going to use friends and family? Not use friends and family, but are you going to utilize the friends and family that have knowledge that they might be willing to share with you? So the team is the next category. And then after that, I always put some personal goals, just because for me, my business and my personal life kind of overshadow each other. So I'll put some personal goals at the end, but you by no means have to. But that is the goals and the categories that I look at every year And like I said, I've saved these since 2012, so it's fun to look back and see. I also mark my calendar so that once a quarter I can look at this sheet and see if there's anything I should be focusing on, anything I can pull in. So I'm gonna go ahead and review what these goals were. So, and like I said, this will be on our Instagram TV. You can view it later, but the first category was the guidelines. The guidelines of how you can be the best business owner possible. What does that look like? How do you have to take care of yourself so you can take care of your business? The next one is the financial goals, whether that's, brand new, you're not really sure how much you're gonna make, how much you're gonna sell, but you wanna have some structures in place, and you can go ahead and set goals for how much you do wanna sell, your bank account set up, your QuickBooks, your tax ID, all of that financial stuff that has to be in a line to do the fun stuff like designing. The next is the marketing. So what marketing goals do you want to have for 2021? The social media, the Instagram, are you going to work with influencers? How many influencers? So put together your marketing goals. The next is systems. The systems so that you can have an easy breezy business and everything runs smoothly. Next is practices. What practices do you want to instate for you and your employees or partners or whoever you're working with when it comes to your business? And the last is teams. Who is going to be on your team for 2021? All right, so that's the simple business plan that I do every single year. Like I said, I will put the link in the strategies or in my profile bio so that you can link or you can book a strategy session with me. And for 2021, if you would like to work together more closely, I'm offering a huge promotion on my coaching. I do it every year and it's a lot of fun. We do 40% off our monthly coaching. It's usually $2,000, but we're doing it for $1,200. So with the coaching, you get weekly calls with myself, and I have a curriculum of 12 classes, and if you're only going to do 1 month, totally fine. You go through the 12 different courses that I offer and you pick what is going to be the most valuable to you for the first month. It's all communication in between, emails, text message, phone calls, but I really like to focus on making this the best money that you ever have spent on launching your clothing line. What are your deliverables? What do you want to walk away with? How do you want to feel? We'll talk about the fear of starting a company because I've been there, I've done it, and it's just part of the game, right? But how do we handle that as entrepreneurs? We also talk about the nitty-gritty of like how to cost a garment, who to source fabrics from, or trims, or buttons, or how to do manufacturing. I ask you to do a what keeps you up at night document so that within the first call we can go through that so that you can sleep at night, because you need to sleep, right? Should be on your guidelines. But if you're interested in that, you can book a strategy session. I have lots of waves from everyone who's joined. It's good to see all of you. Thank you so much for joining. But I'm going to be doing these free live events every Wednesday at 2 o'clock on different topics of just like how to get started, how to get your foot in the door. The fashion industry can be a little bit scary and intimidating, but I can break down those walls and make sure that you feel comfortable, you have the tools, you have the information, you ask the right questions. So all month we will be here at 2 o'clock. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you guys next time.